What's up, Fire Nation? It's your boy Rico, along with my little big cousin G-Baby, and our boy Raul, the Zookeeper, and we are the Friendly Fire Podcast, the hottest podcast on either side of the Mississippi, and this is the entertainment bonus episode. Zoo is getting ready to leave us for the motherland, so we decided to pick up on everything that we may have missed over in pop culture and media, a little bit of sports, and we gonna just talk about it. We're gonna riff for a little bit. So how we doing today, fellas? Wellness check.
Doing well, rested.
Day before we depart, how we feeling?
I'm exhausted. I think I've slept maybe a total of like 5 hours since Sunday.
Ripping and running?
Yeah, just been running around. Monday I had worked a 16-hour. Tuesday I worked. Wednesday. Today I've been up. I got off of work at 6 a.m. I got home, ate breakfast, then went to get my hair cut, then went to get my nails done. Then I went home, and I basically just showered and changed and came here.
We appreciate you. We appreciate the effort,
dedication.
Man. If I haven't said it enough, I appreciate y'all effort.
This is time. It takes time.
It takes time. Time and effort. You had to get pretty, and you did what you had to do and still made it back to us. You are appreciated. G-Baby, you are always appreciated with the 85 hours that you work.
Gotta die for the pod.
holding down Miss Lightfoot.
Man,
sure.
what?
Watch out there, bum man. Get out the way. This is our mayor,
Top
right?
security right
I'll
there.
die for this job.
But as we have said, this is the entertainment episode. So we're going to start off light, and we're going to lead into the main meat and potatoes of it. For those who don't know, Mr. Kendrick Lamar is back. He has officially announced his return to the rap game with his album called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, dropping May 13th, I believe. Pretty sure that was the date.
Yeah.
I think it was May 13th.
Yeah, it was May 13th.
I, for one, as you guys know, am clearly excited, ecstatic even.
Yes.
It's been a long drought. 5 years.
5 years. It literally, last week was his 5-year anniversary. Damn.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
I remember everyone at work was going crazy. We were still at the same job.
Yeah.
Everyone's going nuts. Time. Humble was on 40 times in a row.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, I heard it at the departments. I was, it's a wrap now. This is Mariah Carey.
So it's been a lot. Obviously, that's all that's been talked about is the name of it and when it's coming out.
Is his rollout corny? Sorry to interrupt.
No.
I feel like everyone's been doing the Michael Jordan I'm back thing. This is like the 5th time since the Last Dance I've seen someone do it.
But see, this is the issue because the first nigga that did it recently, in my recent memory, was Logic, and it was like, nigga, nobody was looking for you to come back. That was, and then the album was trash. Everybody has been asking Kendrick to come back, because he was doing 2 years. Right. Then Damn hit, and it's like he gave us, and it's like, okay, bro, hello, Black Panther was cool and all, but where you at? So they that's one of those like. If anybody's allowed to do it, it's going to be one of the big three. And he's allowed to do that.
It's only like certain people that could get away.
Yeah.
Like, mind you, Michael Jordan did it.
Yes.
So, yeah, of course. Logic, get on, go on to you. Like, who cares? I didn't know you was ever here for you to come back.
I retired. No, you didn't.
It's like, Kendrick, you could do it because it's just been so much anticipation because you're about 50-50 now. I'm not just being a hater. Before, everybody loved Kendrick. Mm-hmm. And you could admit that they're kind of split. The fan base is a little split right now. So this
somewhat
is
out of annoyance and also due to the fact that the other two have continuously put stuff out.
Exactly, amongst other things. And it's just, this is like, okay, where is Kendrick at now? Is this somebody that I'm still going to go to bat for? Because there's so much that, like this J. Cole thing. Say what you say about it, but he's dropped consistently.
Yeah. Yes.
Like he's always seemed to like one up himself a little.
Yeah. And he's always put on a good show.
Great features.
So it's like his features.
He's on tour.
So it's like
he's doing all the right things. He's pushing his label.
No matter how bad they are.
Anyway,
exactly.
He's doing everything that he's supposed to do.
So it's like, Kendrick, am I still gonna go to bat for you as the best rapper in the game right now? If this album don't hit like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, I have no problem putting you at 2, but now let's understand that you're 2. Like, you need to understand that now. You see what I'm saying? Like, J. Cole's font might be 13.
Damn.
Your shit might be 11 now.
Your
shit might be like 11. You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
That's
Times New Roman.
You might get what's the other one? Italic. You might get the
Arial.
You might just get the basic font. You might just get bold. K. Dot.
No underline.
No, just bold. Be the first name on that second line.
Maybe it's one of those things where it's kind of like. And I always respect anybody, whatever their creative process is. Maybe he just wasn't in the mindset for it. Cool, but you're right. It's one of those like. is yo coming back just because you feel you ready? Are you tired of people talking on your name? Like, what is it? And then
how old is he? 33?
33, 34. He was young. Yeah. Like, so like him, like they all relatively, young age wise.
Everyone's gonna hate me, but Kanye can't be a decade older than you and drop like 5 albums in a span of 2 years. But see, work like on 10 other projects.
But that's how Kanye works.
That's how Kanye works. And then one can also argue that all of them weren't hits. You feel me? So that's one of those like
we're not arguing that.
Yeah, see,
Kendrick versus Ye coming soon.
But that's one of the things. So it's one of those like I'm very excited. I'm very antsy. I'm not worried because I feel like wherever he's at mentally, musically, whatever, it's gonna be something new. But if I had to guess, I'm gonna just give my guess, and I have nothing to back this up. I'm literally just going off of the title. If I had to guess what this album will sound like or be like, I think he'll reach more into that funk rap bag again. I think it's gonna be. I think he, like I said in our group chat, I think he's gonna have like maybe 2-3 songs where he's just rapping to show that I can still rap. But I think he's gonna have. It's always gonna be a message. But I think.
I think it's gonna be very Baby Keem-ish.
I think
especially since the 2 songs he did with him on Baby Keem's album, they popped off. Like
it sounded like
on Baby Keem's at Coachella, and that's like one of the few Coachella videos I actually saw. And he did Family Ties.
Yeah.
And everyone was going insane for that track, and so he probably saw.
Yeah.
I
don't think he'll sound like King vocally. I think sonically the music might be like some of the beats that he used.
Yeah,
but because I think he's still gonna be his own person. I think lyrically. So like if sonically the music is like King, I can get with that. But it's just one of those like as long as he doesn't, and who knows, maybe I do like it, but I don't think he needs to do the auto tune. Like I think he can still be himself and just hop on those type of beats.
How much weight does the name of the album, the title, give you?
That's why I felt like it was a funk rap thing. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, that sounds like some Ron Isley type.
It sounds like, but then the Mr. Morale thing kind of sounds like that Kid Cudi bag a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that. Oh, I'm happy. I'm that kind of like the fake happy, like the success, the heavyweights, the crown.
Yeah.
Kind of like, oh, I'm at the top of the game and. Oh, I look happy, but on the inside, like I'm Mr. Happy, but I'm dying on the inside. It could be because that's what I got from the Mr. Morale, like the big,
like at the Super Bowl,
like the crying clown type stuff.
Yeah, like the laugh now, cry later.
Go ahead, what were you saying?
No, at the Super Bowl, I was trying to pay attention to his hairstyle. His hairstyle always has something to do with
where his mentality.
That's racist because Zoo was like when he had the straight back. Zoo was ooh, I know what he doing.
I was trying to gauge him.
Them the neckiest neck braids I've ever seen.
Straight to the back, they tied up too.
He's giving me D-Smoke vibes.
But where we keep going.
No, and I was just trying to gauge because for the Kung Fu Kenny came out full Kung Fu.
Yes, he did.
Previously, he had a little more shorter, clean cut hair.
Look sometimes.
Yeah, and so I was just trying to gauge it. He was a bum on Power. He was out here doing things, but. I don't know. I honestly don't know where he's coming. I think it's going to be very Baby Keem. I wouldn't be surprised because Baby Keem produces a lot of things for like other people. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if Baby Keem's like produce like half of this thing.
I think the joints, the one that's going to go, are probably going to be Keem influenced.
Yeah.
But I think like on the outer, like the Kendrick side, I don't know what I'm really expecting.
Yeah.
Because he's still really, he's always going to be pro-black, of course.
Yeah.
But like To Pimp a Butterfly was real militant. Then it was like the Untitled album was funky, you get into it. And then Damn was kind of like, oh, it's this new sound. Like, does he go back into that funk bag like you said?
I think he might.
Or does he try something different?
I wouldn't be mad either way, I don't think. Because I'm a very like instrumental inspired person. So like I love hearing live instruments and seeing them used on music. So if they do that, then if he does that, I'm like, okay, cool. But it's like I don't want it to sound like To Pimp a Butterfly. I think it'll have a lot of those elements, just like I said, this just going off of a name. Right. So I think it'll have a lot of those elements without it being To Pimp a Butterfly Part 2. Because then it's one of those things where it's like, even if it is, to a certain extent, it's almost like it's okay because this is stuff that still needs to be said and still needs to be kind of pushed.
But then does it become preachy?
Yeah, but then it's like
3 albums. Where you kind of got a little preachy on
He could go back, dig all the way back to his, was it Overly Dedicated?
That's what I would.
He could go in that direction because that one's like
you're not there.
But
anymore.
you already did that. That's Good Kid is part 2. That's Good Kid.
Nah, but like I feel like a lot of people now they didn't listen to Overly Dedicated. I could play a bunch of songs. I could play Cartoons and Cereal.
I didn't listen to it. Initially.
And a lot of people probably wouldn't know. They'd probably think Cartoons and Cereal is a new song.
But you know what? It's like this because if you get Overly Dedicated, then the part 2 is Good Kid, Mad City. Pretty much the same content. You get Section 80. And the part 2 is To Pimp a Butterfly. So then it's like you got the mixed and unmastered, and then you've got Damn, which Damn kind of is its own thing.
Yeah.
So do you follow up Damn since that was kind of Keem influence, and kind of stick with that, or do you branch off? Do you go back to Overly Dedicated? Because then you're like, oh, you're the woe is me kid again. Just like, oh, I'm struggling, and it's the world is so much bigger than I am, and I gotta. You can't go back to that again.
That was the question I was kind of going to raise next because when you listen, like the moods of each of his albums aren't like you got the hopeful ones, you got the ones where it's like I'm angry at the world, I'm hungry. That's the Good Kid, Mad City. The ones where it's like we need to strap up and stick together, we need to be one. That's To Pimp a Butterfly. Damn is a little more hopeful, a little more upbeat in some regards. Then it's like, is he going back to being angry? Is the Mr. Morale? Because the Big Steppers part is there. Like, so is that like kind of like a semi misdirect to be like, hey, like if we gotta move, we gotta move. But then is it because it could simply just be him on some so y'all think I'm trash type of thing.
But then what is the content? Like, what are you mad about? Because it's been 5 years. So
it could
can't
be
be bringing up old stuff, like, you know what I'm saying?
It could simply just be stuff he's observed over the years, and it's just been like an accumulation. Like, cause like think about, sad to say, but think about the BS that we've gone through in the 5 years since Damn dropped. So if it's just an accumulation of just all of this, and now it's boom.
But that's the thing is, do you want to hear stuff from when he stopped? Or are you kind of hoping that it's a little more current than dated?
I would definitely want it to be more current because what you don't want from your favorite artist is feeling like he or she is grasping at the past, trying to catch up. It's like, no, like let us, like even if we don't love it like we loved your old stuff, let us know where you at now mentally. I'm sure he probably may drop something that he may have recorded 2 or 3 years ago, but just as simple, like you don't want the whole thing to be sounding like a catch up. You want like, oh, okay, he probably
like you stuck in 2020.
Yeah, like okay. you don't want your stuff. You don't want a 2022 album to sound dated, like it was made in 2019.
Yeah,
like the references are like he references Fire Festival. It's like, nigga, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
shut up. What are you talking about?
Like, you feel me? Like that. Like that. That's a like. So me saying
they gotta be what, pandemic forward, or can he not get off pandemic bars anymore?
He should be able to because
you can get a couple.
Everybody went through something in one way or another during the pandemic. That could have slowed, for all we know, that could have slowed so much down for him.
Yeah.
So if like even if because you gotta think even Drake and Cole, they released albums post pandemic and didn't speak on it really.
What's the oldest you want? What's the oldest reference you want to hear?
Probably the pandemic, or maybe Breonna Taylor. It type like that.
So 2019.
Probably 2019.
So last 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was a lot that went up. Because like, there's no reason he should mention Trump, in my opinion.
Yeah, Trump was last 3 years.
Nah, that was I guess it was
2020.
Yeah, you're right.
But he talked about it on Damn.
Yeah. Like he was there at the beginning of the prison.
But you know he's gonna have to throw something in for the end.
Probably.
Because that ended bad. In case you weren't a witness to it, the Donald Trump era ending was kind of bad.
I'm sure he's probably got something to do with January 6th. I'm sure that's got to be somewhere in there. Who knows? But I think that
would have to be the big thing.
Yeah, I think 2019 is a good place to start with your references because you start going because then I really got to remember what you're talking about.
Right. Okay.
And you don't want to do that. Like so, I think 2019 is a good place to start. Do y'all think it's gonna be more of a hopeful, like for the future? Is it gonna be something just out of this world? Like, what do y'all think? Mood-wise?
I hope it sounds like Damn. That's probably one of my.
You enjoyed Damn?
I love Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a skip on Damn.
I'm gonna have to re-listen to it again, honestly.
Personally,
it's been a minute since I listened to it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Lust on that album.
I'll probably
re-listen.
Well, like Pride.
But like Damn is not a bad album. It's just one of those like. If you was like you want To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, I'm gonna go with To Pimp a Butterfly every day of the week. But Damn is not. It's not a down.
Yeah.
Like.
Because for me, Pride is probably one of his best songs that he's made. like ever.
That's accurate. I'll get Pride is.
I don't even remember how that one goes.
I'll have to listen honestly, to it. You will have to re-listen to it because I will have to re-listen to it in anticipation to
I think I'm gonna do the catalog run.
Yeah. So you're looking for more of a continuing like the hopeful outlook on stuff.
Yeah, like super
forward moving.
Yeah.
What you thinking?
I don't want to hear that funny voice. I really want it to sound like No More Parties in L.A. Kendrick. That's what I'm really hoping this album.
But see, that dates that because I feel like No More Parties in L.A. was made around the same time Good Kid, Mad City was made, or maybe right before To Pimp a Butterfly.
But no, I want him to rap like that.
I do want him to rap. I want him to rap.
Yeah. I mean, I like your melodious stuff. It's dope. Like I said, I'm gonna re-listen and give it, with my grown-up ears. But I like when he raps.
Very true.
So rap. And that's what this thing could be. The Mr. Morale. like the Big Steppers thing. Like you could be like, oh man, this something like, like this is hard.
Kick your dough down.
Like you are the West Coast right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, does he tap back into the West Coast?
Who else? You got Vince Staples, and I like Vince Staples, but he's the head right now. Damn. Is that enough?
Nah.
You see what I'm saying?
Especially like as dominant as the West Coast was.
Game is still holding it down.
And anyway, but I
what if Easy E bars can I get out right now?
Right now you're saying that what if the Big Steppers are his old crew, Black Hippie? And he hasn't featured around that. Because like what I said, I listened to...
Absol was supposed to release his album back on Death Row back in 98 last time. It was supposed to come out.
That's what Maul from the Roy Maul show said. Because they have a bunch of like connects or whatever. And he's like, yeah, he's working on his album. He's coming too. Obviously, he didn't give a date or if this year, next year, whatever. But he said he's working. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Steppers are Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, Absol. I'm not saying they're going to be featured on every song, but each of them get a feature. Kind of get Dreamville shaking. Earth Gang canceled their tour. Get back in the booth. Finally get the rivalry we've all been wanting.
Yeah, because one thing everybody was trying to say, oh, Dreamville ain't nowhere close to TDE, and then people was like, okay, you are entitled to that opinion, but like, what is the last thing that TDE put out? Dreamville has been, even if you don't like it, you can at least admire the fact they've been churning stuff out, trying to put content out. Right. The latest thing was SZA.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those, like, recency bias. I ain't gonna hold you. If I forget
SZA
about...
hold it down.
She ain't holding down against everything them niggas put out.
The only competition she has over there is Ari and Boss.
Don't say only.
But
like,
Reason was dope.
Just Ari and Boss.
Reason is also really good. Reason was a good signing by them. But, so... This being the last TDE album for Kendrick Lamar, I would be very surprised if we don't get a Black Hip because they only got like 4 songs together in general. So I would be very surprised if we don't get something from them.
My thing is, I hope this isn't like a damn here you go album. Like, man, you begging. I hope this ain't just to get it out, just to get out. And then
it could be.
To get out that contract.
To get out that contract, and then he be 3 years later.
PG Lane got the
and then that be your heat, because then I'm not gonna care about that one. Because like, you kind of just. Here, damn.
Okay, well,
this way out of your album.
I guess.
Out of your deal. You know
so based off of that, I guess my question would be this: how much grace do we give somebody coming off of a 5-year hiatus? Because, like we said, we don't know what he went through in them 5 years to make him take that long of a break. But so it's like, how much? Like, we can't be expecting Illmatic from him if that's not where he's at. Like, what do you like? You've given us the cream of the crop.
I don't want to. If he leaves on good terms, then I don't want it to be a thank you run.
You don't want like a farewell tour?
I don't want that. I don't want a farewell tour. But then if you gonna shit on him, then like burn that bridge. You know, go crazy.
I don't think so because Punch has been promoting it.
No, they love. I think it's still love, but he wants to do his own thing.
Yeah,
he can't do that while still under the TDE umbrella.
That's my thing. I don't want this to be that album, the money grab. To fund my major joint.
Just 1,000,001 TDE collabs.
And maybe not that, but it might be a little more poppy. Might have a little bit more radio play. Because Kendrick's not really the strip club guy. You can't, I remember I was conflicted at the strip club. You can't really do that, you know? Yeah.
Just use my
You know what I'm saying? It don't really ring off that well.
Oh, man.
Like, I just don't want him to be like, oh, yeah, here's my little poppy pop album, just so when I get to PG Lane, I can drop my main joint. Because you're going to lose a lot of fans that way.
I'm still imagining somebody twerking the backseat freestyle.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, MC8 verse, come on, and that's it. Like, oh.
They're going crazy.
Fresh out of school because I was a high school grad.
I'm disgusted.
Oh, man. But nah, that's honestly a really good point because it's like.
I don't think he'll do it because I think he loves music too much, or he cares about it too much. But he would definitely kind of lose face with me a little bit if this is kind of just here's a throwaway and he over here singing and it's a bunch of this and a bunch of pop stars on the album.
I want him to make a song that replaces All Right, so I can stop listening.
Like,
he's performed All Right every year. He hasn't dropped an album in 5 years. Every year he performs All Right.
I ain't trying to see Kendrick and Ed Sheeran. Don't Marshall Mathers LP 2.
Nah, he can't. No, he can't have any pop features.
He can't have any pop features.
He can't have The Weeknd?
He can't. No.
The Weeknd can't have The Weeknd's
too soft. Weeknd's too soft for Kendrick.
He can't have Chris Brown. I don't want any of
that. It looks away if you have, because then it's like, okay.
The only R&B person I want on your album is SZA, and that's it.
That's the only exception because they label mates.
Yeah.
Because you can't, because I mean, him and Coily Ray, then it's like, what is that? Then it's like, nah. It's like, nah, because now you in the strip club.
That'd be crazy.
I'm like, this is a strip club joint, because she not getting in her intellectual bag at all.
Maybe Nicki. I respect Nicki.
It's got to be, I can't see him with maybe Meg. I can see him with Meg, but then you know what that is, and that's not Kendrick. That's Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
But see, you know that, but I want to word this. You know Meg can rap.
Right.
That's the thing. But so it's like, what would she be rapping about is the more important thing.
Rap about the bitches having more money than the men.
And then he gonna hop on here talking about Brenda's other baby. Like, you can't be doing this. Like, you can't be doing this, K-Dot. Like,
the girl got pregnant again.
You know, like, so I'm really kind of interested in what he's gonna do.
Are you nervous?
I am very nervous. Because honestly, I'm gonna say it right here, this is it.
Yeah. And it's like, because since we haven't had, if he's been doing features,
you
like,
would know where he's at.
You could,
but his
and our only gauge is more recently is the Two Baby Keem one, the Top of the Morning, and Let's Get the Shit, and old brother and Amazing Brother.
I'm like, oh, is that what this is?
Yeah.
Because I'll check out and I'll bow out gracefully, but he's really on the bubble with this one for me.
That's crazy.
I mean, I won't badmouth.
Will it ruin his legacy? Will he turn into Eminem?
No.
My thing is,
if he goes
his
pop,
revival.
Then yeah. If he goes pop, then yeah.
With one album?
You have a Skyler Grey.
I mean, no, it wouldn't ruin it, but it makes it look like different because it's like, huh.
But that'll be like Michael Jordan going to the Wizards. We don't talk about that.
But you don't talk about. But he still was balling with the Wizards.
No, I'm saying you know it happened, but it's one of them like, okay.
But then it's like that's out there. Then your greatest hits gets muddied up a little bit.
No, you just don't include nothing from that album.
Yeah. I mean, but then it's not a greatest hits because then you'd be like, oh, this sold 22 billion. You're like, yeah, but this is Justin Bieber. You're like, man, you didn't do that with Schoolboy. And you'd be like,
give me a Giveon feature. I'll accept a Giveon feature. Tell me how women ain't shit.
I think Brent's gonna be over there.
Brent Fayez.
Yeah.
Oh, Isaiah Rashad. I can see him putting Isaiah Rashad.
That's risky right now.
Nah, it would actually be profitable to do it.
I mean, it would be profitable, but there's a lot of people that look at Kendrick away.
Like, it's one of those things.
I don't.
Stop.
He's a joke.
Stop.
That,
especially for niggas that just listen.
Because you just know how niggas are.
Exactly. But at the same time, I've also seen a lot of love that Zay has gotten recently.
Of course.
Because of how it all kind of came to
right.
be. Even niggas who grew up back in that era, The Game, Joe Budden was like, what that got to do with me? The nigga put out good music. Keep putting out good music.
Lord Jamar didn't
make a reason it's about him.
No, but they asked him at the Drink Champs apparently.
Oh,
I haven't listened. All right, so the only reason I even knew that because Zay did a Coachella. He had a section on Coachella, and basically there, right? He had clips of people talking about the event. And Joe Budden Game was like, "Do the nigga put out good music? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't care what he doing in his spare time. All he got to do, we want the music. So if everybody in TDE feel the same way,
I mean, we all like Frank Ocean, so
yeah,
it would look best if he do put Zay on there.
Yeah,
he probably called the nigga up, was like, "Yeah, I need a feature just cause type stuff on some to profit it."
But is this a just cause? Because you can't hop on there and be trash.
I mean, but Zay ain't trash.
But no, I know he's not trash.
So it's kind of one of those like it's a win-win. It's like I know I'm gonna get a good verse, and then it's gonna look great to everybody else. You feel me? So it's like why not? I feel. But I don't think I asked you What sound are you? Because we said like mood wise, what sound?
Oh, what sound?
You think it's just like straight up Baby Keem sonically, or what do you want?
I think it is, but I like the like. I'm in the spacious mood right now, so it's like a lot of like Outkast, a lot of very Aquemini vibes. That's what I need. Because
the West Coast sound is so different from the South.
Yeah,
they can do that and then not be a copycat of Outkast.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested. That's where I think a lot of that funk influence is gonna come from.
Yeah.
That's all George right there. That's all that is.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Does it sound trap?
Give me an Andre feature.
Man, we get.
If anybody got one, I think it'll be Kendrick. And that's another thing we go on. Who do you think's gonna be featured on it, or is he just going J. Cole?
So if I had to guess, because from the way it sounds, he doesn't plan on having this be his last album. Period. He wants to do the thing with PG Lane.
Right.
So I feel like he's not gonna fully give us everything we want feature wise. But if I had to guess, at least I think most of TDE is gonna be on there. I think they may just do one whole joint song and then kind of call it a day. I think he may give like a young nigga some shine that's not Baby Keem. I think he may give somebody that we may not know of that well, but somebody he kind of knows in his circle or whatever. And I think we may get an Andre 3000 feature because Andre 3000 recently did an interview.
He said he wanted to work with Kendrick.
He said he wanted to work with Kendrick. And he said he wanted to work with Drake, but Drake had already submitted his album.
But Kanye and Drake might have ruined that. By leaking his,
maybe.
He might have been like, all right, no more features for anybody.
Yeah, Y'all ruined it. I mean,
you think Keem is on more than 2 songs?
No, I think he's on one.
You think he's just got one spot on there?
Yeah, and I think it's probably like a chorus. I don't know if he gave him a verse.
I think he's got at least 2 on there.
2
I think he got 2 verses.
2 verses.
He's got 2 verses on there.
Do you think he kind of like gave him a song and then just like did a verse on there on some like this is low key a Baby Keem song? It's just on my album.
Cause I don't know. That Baby Keem album was a tough listen. I'm not even finna sit here and try to be as
which is fine.
I
heard it the one time. I might have to listen to it again while I'm playing 2K, but it was like I don't remember anything about that.
I listened to it while I was delivering routes, so it kind of helped me just kind of keep.
I still listen to it. Not all the songs, but I do listen. I do have like 3 or 4 that I go back to.
Yeah, I got my set few, but like as a project, it wasn't bad to me.
I have to recheck it out because I was like, man, when is the end of this track?
I like Do-Rag Activity. That's my shit.
That is a good song. I like Scars. Scars is good.
Scars is a good one. 808s, Love Lockdown. Shout out.
Yeah, but no, I respect that. What features are you expecting? Well, let's just go with not the most likely features. If you had to pick who you think is gonna probably be.
Give me a Schoolboy Q.
Cause Schoolboy just dropped a single. Mm-hmm. I want to say he might have a Black Hippie joint on there. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another like Money Trees. Not Money Trees 3, but him and J-Rock going crazy. Like another win kind of thing.
I think they're probably the 2 best collaborators.
They'll probably do that. Maybe Reason might be on there. He might do a 7-minute track with the whole joint, the whole crew cut.
That's what I'm expecting.
That'd be dope. Just as I'll take that as a farewell tour.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Dre is on there.
I think Dre might speak. He might have like
Dre might have some beats on there or some.
Yeah, I think
if Dre don't got no beats on there, I'm like, you tripping.
We're not gonna get Dre voice.
But yeah, no, I'm real hopeful for it. I'm gonna do my catching up, do my listening, get my little K-Dot playlist together. I'm a fake fan again. But that's pretty much I got on it.
All right, anything for you, Zoo?
I'm just excited to 3 more weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be very. We definitely doing a review on that 100%. Way too early review. But
that night
before
let's do it at work twice.
Before we get to our to our last topic of the day, I want to speak real quick. Currently, as of right now, Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard, who y'all may or may not know as the redhead on Aquaman, are in a legal battle because he is suing her for defamation of character because she tried to say that he was abusing her, he was hurting her, putting her hands on her, tried to get other people to lie and say that Johnny Depp was putting his hands on her. And it cost him a lot of money, guys.
Yeah, they got Fantastic Beasts.
Got him out of Fantastic Beasts, which was not good. I'm very upset my girl dragged me to that movie. I had to get that one more time because she was mad that I was upset for going.
Is that true? Is that really bad?
I wanted to see it. It wasn't bad.
Because I saw the other 2 movies on Peacock. I haven't seen any of them.
It wasn't. I ain't gonna hold. The jokes is over. It wasn't a bad movie, but you could tell that it was missing his element. It was missing his subtlety. The way he kind of carried that the other 2 or the second movie. Yeah. It was missing that a lot, and it was kind of like this is a tough watch. knowing that like you ain't supposed to be the original guy. Like it would be different if Johnny Depp had like passed away or something like that. But like it was robbed from him because she lied, and they didn't even wait long enough to see if it was true. They was just like, yeah, we gotta get these movies out. I don't know what y'all doing. And then Pirates of the Caribbean, he was supposed to do a 4th or 5th movie, one of the two, and that got snatched from him.
Like
so
10.
he was like, hey, like you cost me a lot of money. You dragging my name through the mud. I need retribution.
They canceled his Disney pass. He couldn't pop up as Jack Sparrow
so
at Halloween.
He couldn't go to hospitals. And so like that's
a bag.
That's a bag, and then it's one of those things where maybe that's his escape. Like him going to the hospitals, being with those kids, and you hearing, oh, the guy you grew up admiring is a woman abuser and all of that. And so they had like calls being leaked to him calling her out, basically like, you gonna sit there and like beat on me and burnt me and cut me and everything. And she's basically like, well, who's gonna believe you if you go and tell? He's like, you know what? All right, fine. Now they in court. Now they in court. So I mean, I just hope that the best thing happens for him, because this has been a whirlwind for him and for like everything that he's been involved in. What do y'all think before I continue? I don't want to just drown y'all out. What y'all think?
I mean, I don't really. I mean, it's a weird situation.
Yeah.
Because it's like
absolutely, definitely.
Because then you look like the Fantastic Beasts movie, and it's like, okay, it suffered because you missed, but it was like, how good was that movie actually going to be? So that gets taken into consideration as well. But I mean, it's messed up that, you know, she was so confident in that nobody's going to believe you.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I can just beat on somebody.
And I feel like she still is, because I mean, I haven't really been paying attention, but like scrolling like through either Instagram or TikTok, social media in general, I keep seeing clips, but I don't watch the clips because every time I like, scroll by, Johnny Depp looks miserable and she's like grinning or like smirking, and it's like, all right, I'm not gonna sit through this.
I watched a couple because it was live streaming on TikTok, so I was scrolling and I heard his voice, so I stopped and watched. And she, in certain moments, she's like she on the verge of tears, and in other moments she confident she gonna win. And it's just one of those things where it's like you really just drag this man's whole legacy.
And then you gotta remember she's an actress. So, I mean, those waterworks could come at any time.
Yeah, so, like, this is one of those things. My girl, she was pissed because she grew up on Pirates of the Caribbean and all of that. So, and she watched the other stuff that he's been in. So, I was messing with her. I'm like, now, why is she doing all of this, dragging his name through the mud, even after they divorced? She's like, because she broke. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, she ain't got the star power to be in her own movie. Everything you know her from, she is a co-star. Yeah. She can't lead her own thing. So, what she going to do is try to milk as much money out of him as she can. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, everybody's saying like, bro, all she doing is trying to play mind games with this man. Yeah. And you hear him on the stand, bro, sound miserable. Mind you, this is his court case that he started because he wanted his retribution, but like he's so uncomfortable up there speaking about his past abuse because you know
it's abuse.
It's abuse. And it's like they even asked him, because apparently he said she threw a vodka bottle at him and like broke and shattered his hands. And like he had like lost like a part of a digit of his finger and had to go to the doctor. And so the doctor's asking him like, what happened? And he lied and was like, oh yeah, I smashed it in the door or something like that. And the lawyer was like, why did you lie? And you could tell he didn't want to voice, well, I didn't want to say that my wife abused me. So he just like was stuttering over his words, trying to get it out. And then they showed a picture of him on a gurney. She had like put out a cigarette on his face. It was like crazy stuff. Like, so nobody should have to go through that. Like,
wild to live in this situation.
So that's just like, bro, like she gotta go. And I think if I had to guess, because the Aquaman movie was supposed to come out this summer, because they pushed it back to like next year, and I think they pushed it back because if she gets found guilty, they're gonna take her out. They're gonna find you can put anybody in a red wig.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of redheads out here.
Everybody been saying that they should grab old girl from Game of Thrones that Jason Momoa was star with the Daenerys or whatever her name is.
Oh, Emily Clark. Oh,
yeah. They saying they should probably grab her because she already, I think, a natural redhead or brown, whatever. It don't matter, but they got good chemistry. Right. This could work instead of trying to force this. Because Jason was, according to my girl, Jason don't really want her on the movie anymore either. Yeah. So that should be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I pray for the best. I pray that
thoughts and prayers
for sure, because nobody should have to go through that. And if you are in one of those situations and you can safely get away, do your best to get away and protect yourself, because nobody deserves to suffer and get gaslit and all of those other words people then came up with to describe suffering. It's not worth it.
It's definitely not.
But
before that, a couple more music things.
What's up?
We got Jack Harlow album is coming out.
Pusha T.
T and Future.
And Future, yep.
Produced by Kanye. 2 albums produced by Kanye. We're barely getting one Kendrick album.
So I mean, we'll probably listen to. We'll probably just do a general review of those.
Explain your beef with Mr. Scott, Mr.
Cudi. I've been trying to drown it out.
I got beef with Snoop too. So look at that.
Yesterday, it was yesterday. Well, actually 2 days ago, the track list came out for the Pusha T album. And, we all got excited because we saw Pusha T, obviously his album, but there was a song with Kanye and Kid Cudi on it. So everyone was like, oh, we don't know when these songs are made. We all assumed it was last year.
Yeah.
Or like before they got into their fight. But we were so excited, because they would have been like, oh, everyone's going to love this song per usual. And now they're going to be besties again. But
the boys are back.
Yeah, Mr. Scott Mess Cudi, he just decided to wake up like 6 a.m. and be like, hey, I know you guys saw that track list. Just know we made that song before we started beefing, and we're still beefing, and we're never ever gonna be friends again, and we're never gonna make another song together.
We never ever.
Honestly, and it was like, why would you say this? Because a lot of people were like, this is what happened the first time they beefed, when they beefed for like 2 years or whatever, and then they hugged it out on stage. So now you're gonna look like a fool 2 years from now. You guys are besties again, and then it's like we've said last week, or maybe was it 2 weeks ago when we were talking about everyone was asking Kanye to disappear and stop talking and disappear off planet Earth. And now everyone and their mom is like doing their best to try to get him riled up again. And now he's going to explode. I can see it coming where he's going to be like, I can see like the week that the album is going to come out, which is actually this week, the 22nd. Yeah. I can see him on Thursday, be like Kanye going on a rant, and be like, "We pulled the song. I don't want to be on it anymore." Do something crazy, and it's just one of those things where it's just disappointing. It's like Kid Cudi is pretty. I mean, he's a sensitive guy. He's always put it on his music, but we're gonna support him because he's half Mexican. but hopefully they they become besties again. The whole Skeet situation gets under control. So we shall see.
We shall surely.
And then another music. Well, did you guys see that clip of Nori saying that Eminem refused to perform at the Super Bowl unless 50 Cent also performed?
As he should.
Like it was like literally the week of, and he's like, "Hey, where's 50 Cent coming on?" And they're like, "Oh, he's not." And he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm not either." And it's like,
oh, to Dre or
he told that to Jay-Z.
To Jay-Z.
He said he didn't even talk to Dre about it.
And then he played Renegade at the end. He was like, "You remember this?"
And then immediately 50 Cent hopped on Instagram to throw shots at Jay-Z again.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that part. Oh, wait, I thought. Okay, wait.
Yeah, he was.
Because to my knowledge, I just thought it was him telling Dre, like, I don't be paying enough attention. So I thought he just told Dre, "Hey, I'll substitute one of my songs to get 50 on there." I thought that's all it was. I didn't know it was like.
He was like, "Nah, 50 ain't there. You ain't getting in."
This was organized by Jay-Z, the whole
thing?
Yeah, he's the Super Bowl organizer.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So he told Jay, like, straight up, like, "Hey."
He was like, "Yeah, you went to bat for his boy." And then 50 was like, "Oh, why did he have to do that in the first place?" You know what? Jay-Z, you a hating ass. Like, look it up. It's like the last 2 days, he was just like, "Yeah, I wonder why he would have to ask that. Shouldn't even care. Jay-Z, fuck you, and this, that, and the other." I'm like, damn. All right.
Wow. And then Jay-Z was like, "This is why."
And that's why I said this is why the game. 50 should have been like, "Well, I ain't doing it without the game."
Just everybody on.
And then that's when Snoop Dogg came along.
Oh man.
And then Mr. Snoop said,
"Mr. Brodus."
He was like, "Well, yeah, that's 50's dog, and then I'm Dre's dog, but."
Eminem told Jay-Z he wouldn't perform at the Super Bowl if he couldn't bring 50 Cent, says N-O-R-E. 50 Cent caption, "Why would he have to say that should be the question. N-O-R-E, your big homie is running around trying to look like a gay painter." Like, what?
That's what it was.
And then he put a picture up of 50 Cent with his hair currently and John Michael Bosky. Oh, my Lord. Why did he say the white boy? Why he didn't say the biggest rap artist in the world? Happy Easter. Man, enjoy the holiday. What's wrong with him,
a villain. A true super villain. Shout out 50 Cent.
That's crazy.
But we shall see. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the next M song. He's gonna throw a little slide at Snoop, like, "Nah, me and Dre are besties." I see it.
Friends with everybody. Oh man,
but Snoop. Snoop.
Oh yeah, Snoop, what happened with Snoop?
Charging people to listen to the Death Row catalog. He's taking them all off streaming and making their own app. Like it's Death Row app.
Really?
Where you can get all the Death Row catalog for like $5 a month.
Damn.
All right.
Just with Death Row?
Nah, that's wild.
That's wild.
That's wild. If that's true, that's wild.
That's crazy.
Wild. I only need like 4 albums, bro. Let me just go ahead and put them 4 back on the iTunes, and you can keep the rest. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's crazy.
But I mean, we still have them on the computer, so it's not like I'm missing out. Like I'm gonna always have Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? But that's just wild, bro. Like for real, it's only like 4 or 5 albums.
You can keep the Outlaws on there.
You can. They don't have two. They don't have Tupac's. So it's really only because a state has all the Tupac, but it's all the soundtracks. So Poetic Justice, Above the Rim, Gang Related, Doggy Style, The Chronic. I think 2001, Dog Food, and I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. And Dog Father and stuff, but yeah, no, you gotta pay $6, well $5 a month. Dang. I better like get to some commentary behind it every track.
Yeah. You want to hear that every track?
Yo, I want to FaceTime with Daz and Dre. Yo, what's the beef? Let me find out. For $5. You crazy as hell.
That's crazy. That is insane.
That's crazy. I hope he doesn't go all the way through with it, but still, shout out Snoop.
Shout out Snoop, though.
I mean, get your money, I guess.
It is a business.
He's probably just trying to make his money back from all those years.
Yeah, because he was swindled.
Everybody was. Nobody made money back then.
But the main reason we are here for the last half of this here podcast is because Zoo has finally finished Bel-Air.
Yeah, I watched it in one sitting.
And we are going to talk about it. We're not going to go episode by episode. We're just going to have an overall opinion, make some jokes, talk about what we're anticipating, everything in between. So we're going to start off with Zoo since he saw it most recently. Give us your opinions, and we're going to bounce off of you, my friend.
So, I mean, I wanted to wait for this whole thing just so I could binge it because I'm very bad at the week-on-week. I already do that with anime. I'm not doing that with anything else. and it's, at first I came in, I was like, I hope it's not like All-American, even though I love All-American. I hope it's not like any of these, like Riverdale. But I was assuming it was going to be a whole mashup, especially from the small snippets I'd seen on TikTok and Twitter, and like people like commentating every week on Twitter like, oh, this crazy thing happened, and I'm like, okay, this is giving me very All-American vibes. And when I watched it, it did. But I did enjoy the overall show. Will Smith, the real life Will Smith, is not Will Smith anymore. It's this young gentleman. When my kids grow up, this is the Fresh Prince here. We don't want to know about that other man. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It went by fast. It didn't feel like the 10 hours because it's an hour an episode. It went by pretty fast. Like I said, I watched it in 2 sittings, but the last sitting was just like the last 2 episodes. I fell asleep. I couldn't. I was exhausted. But no, I really enjoyed it. The whole drama aspect. I like how they kept a couple like Easter eggs from the original, but it was its own show set in today's modern times. I got scared when we heard the known role models at the beginning, but it made sense. But then they brought it back right away with Freeway. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Shout out to Coco Jones, amazing actress of the year, Emmys,
look at
Oscars.
Rico ready to throw some light skin Hillary hate.
No, I was saying one can. They are both beautiful women. That's what I was saying.
Look at him trying to clean it up now.
That's
Go
what
ahead,
I said. That's what I said.
He wanted the ditzy black women.
She's too smart for me. I'm just gonna put it out there.
I liked it. And I think if you guys do watch All American, you will like it because not to super compare it, but All American goes a little bit in more depth. There's a couple more characters like added on that you'll actually care about, but it is because they have 16 episodes instead of 10 for first season, and All American's like on season 4 or 5 now.
Yeah.
But if anyone like this one that hasn't seen All American, you'll probably like All American as well.
G baby.
I liked it. It was a very good show. I binged. Well, I did it week to week.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really complain. I like Zoo said, the Easter eggs in there. I felt like they really only tried to plan it for 1 season.
To see what it would do?
Yeah, because they pretty much touched on like everything like immediately from the original show, like in 1 season.
I think they did that to make it its own thing.
Yeah.
So
season 2. Season 2 would be just all original content. I can get behind
with
that.
the Lisa thing.
Yeah,
that's
like,
the first thing I said. I was
like
we don't meet Lisa until like the end.
Right.
So it's like just knock it out the park.
Yeah.
Get that over with.
But then it's like, how much do you stretch that as well? Like for
That's
new
its own
story,
thing?
because I'm pretty sure because it becomes All American if you focus on basketball.
Yeah. But I think I ain't gonna hold you. I think they're gonna have him suffer some injury so he can't hoop no more.
Because he didn't hoop anymore.
Yeah,
and
he just randomly just stopped hooping. So I think they're gonna. Oh, I got hurt, lost all my scholarships. Oh well, you can also still paint, draw, do all of this other stuff. Why don't you just do that? I think that's really what they're gonna do. Yeah. Because it's like they don't want it to become a basketball centered show. If I had to guess.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. But then it's like all the topics, because like, what are you going to... You can't go back to the Will Smith father thing.
Can't go back to the drugs.
Can't go back to the drugs.
Unless he relapsed.
Because that's the thing is like, you could have did a whole season on that.
Honestly, there should have been something where his parents found out. Arc-wise. There's no way you just get clean on your own. Like, come on now.
Like, they just tease it when he woke up passed out.
Yeah, I know what you're going through.
Yeah.
It's one of
those. You're tired.
You're tired.
No, he's high.
Going through anxiety.
he's it's high. Like that. Then the whole Lisa thing, you could have stretched that out. Because I thought going in, it was going to be like...
He was going to try to fight for her? Nah, she was like all over him, like 10 seconds
in. God dang.
We met her before we met Carlton, and she was already in love.
I didn't think about that. I was thinking maybe like... The first season, you just get the house in order. Like, this is mainly Will versus Carlton. It's coming to a point, like, who's the guy around here? It's coming in. You could throw hints at, Carlton might be doing drugs, but don't make him a full-blown addict. The second episode.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
going insane. He's like, it's not coke, it's just Xanax. That makes sense.
Okay, that's cool.
Because then you can lead that into once everything's copacetic at the end... Oh, look who came over from a semester overseas. It's Lisa, Carlton's ex, or Carlton's girl. And that can go into the second season.
Yeah.
Oh, she's feeling Will, but that's his ex. That's his girl. And you can stretch that out. You just threw everything in
Men are always fighting for the women. We can't resist. I like how Jazz would have an LLC, his own business.
Absolutely. Yeah. Jazz was a hustler. God dang. Jazz was a hustler.
I like the Jazz character a lot.
He did. I did like him.
He was like the most
I was kind of hoping they kicked him out. Maybe not like threw him out, obviously, but be like, yo, Jazz, you gotta skedaddle.
Yeah, for sure.
Without paying him because they gave him like $200 for that Uber. I was like, dang.
He was like, all right.
My new friend, Will.
For real. I enjoyed it a lot.
Like Jeffrey being a hitman.
I did it. It was weird. My thing is, I want to word this correctly. I think they did a bunch of like, I even said in the group chat, a bunch of unnecessary cliffhangers about who people really were. I don't think they dug. Some people they dug too deep into, and then some people they didn't dig enough. Like
I was expecting to see, how Jeffrey became.
Like I want to know more about Jeffrey. Like I need to know what's going on. Like okay, you orchestrating hits from L.A. Like okay, who do you got in your like? And then it's like how crooked is Phil? Because it's like they went from I need you to handle it to I'm gonna take care of my family. I want my baby to go out and do what she. Wait a minute, this ain't the same. Like I understand the whole double life because I watch Power, but like that's one of those like they made it seem as if he was going through like an arc to where he's mature. Like no, I need to know what's going on behind the scenes. Like I'm not a huge fan of like the prominent black dude always got to also be dirty. But at the same time, if that's where y'all gonna go with it.
Take it there.
Like take it there. If you gonna don't hint at it that I need you to take care of Lou. Nigga, what you mean take care of Lou?
Right.
Like what does that mean? Like one of my biggest critiques, and I even saw some old heads talking about this on TikTok. They were saying the whole like Will not acting like he had any sense when he first got there was kind of annoying. It's like
I told you that.
It's like, bro, you know where you at. Like I don't care who you are. I don't care what situation you was raised in.
Yeah.
Your parents always told you when you get around elders, you get around in certain aspects, you act like you got some sense. You don't sit there. He's introducing them. No, but you got to think.
He did that in the first one, didn't he? In the 90s one.
But even then, that didn't really make sense. Yeah, when you think about. It's like
you acting out on purpose.
It's like that. Like even because it looks worse from a drama aspect because there's no laugh track. Yeah, like you feel me? Like just really him beatboxing at the table. Okay, that's funny. But it's like he's introducing first chairman so and so or so and so. Oh, what up, dog? How you doing? Yeah, right here, dude. A little much. I ain't gonna hold you. That was a little forced. But as is life.
Because they could have had him not have to do that, but he did some sort of hijinks on the other side of the party.
Yeah, like he was
and everyone
around,
like, what's going on?
I can see if he laughing a little too loud,
or like when all the youth is there and like he dancing, going like so you have a very eccentric nephew, like something like that, but not just some. These are clearly men of power. You know, you see the mansion you in. Your first. Oh, what up, dog? What up, G? How you doing? Like
that's not how people do it in normal situations.
Come on now. Even if you still
like
talk
even my homeboy, I don't go over there. Oh, what's up, dog?
Yeah, like you're not Marlon Wayans. What are you doing? Speaking of which, how did you think Marlon Wayans
was not expecting that to be the father?
I
like the performance.
I just knew it was gonna be Will Smith. I just knew.
You thought? I also thought
it was gonna be Will.
I got it spoiled, but obviously because I watched it super late.
Yeah.
But even in my head, when I saw people talking about like, oh, his father's supposed to come.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be Will too.
I want to see how he did with that.
Being on the other side.
Yeah, like be the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's got enough of that.
Well, yeah. So maybe it was best he wasn't.
Some events of the show were inspired by his real life, perhaps.
But Marlon Wayans did he trained in drama. Like his family just so happened to be funny. Like it was one of those. So
he can act.
It was good.
No, he was good.
Seeing him in that bag, seeing him in that angle.
I think
go ahead.
I think I would have liked it if he would have been in maybe 2 episodes instead of just that one long.
I feel like they chalked them off too quick.
Yeah, because they could have done, because obviously we're not trying to compare it to the 90s, but sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
And when Lou came in the 90s version, he was like a good dad for the first half of the episode, and then we saw he was a shitty dad at like the last 5.
Yeah.
They could have done it throughout 2 episodes. The one episode, he's a great dad. Second episode, he's a bad dad. Because in this one, they did the whole Phil doesn't want Will to meet his dad, and like they did in the 90s one. But in the 90s one, you were kind of like, oh, see, Uncle Phil he could have been wrong because he could have changed. And this one was like, no, Uncle Phil was right. Yeah, he's a shitty ass dude from the first second we met him. He's talking shit.
And I think they could have, and I get it. If it was supposed to be a one-off, I understand. But I think they could have developed that relationship a little bit more because even Lou, Vivian, and Will, all at different points in time, all said, well, he's saying he changed. He's saying he's doing this, that, and the third. So it's like, I want to see an honest effort of him trying to, but then him, even if he does fall back into those habits, it was like from the jump, your mama did this, and it was your mama's fault. I even got arrested, and this, that, and the third. And then speaking of his mama, she's great actress, but she annoyed me. For the simple fact, this isn't your birthday.
Yeah.
You know I got money. Why are you raising the ruckus? I got him some Jordans. You decide right here, right now.
You want me a picture. Not trying to. I mean, I love the memories. Y'all, look at my picture. You can't really get that out. I'm not excited about the picture like I was excited about these new shoes. I love the picture.
Yeah.
I love it, but I can't show that shit off like I can show off some brand new Jordans to my friend. They don't care what I look like.
And like we didn't collab to decide what the gift was going to be. Yeah. I got my gift. You got your gift. Now you're going to get mad. I got my... Come on, bro.
It's not like you told me what, but I could shoot her some bail because real life experiences. My mom is like that, where because she only has one sister, is my aunt, and that's why I got that tattoo.
The rich aunt?
They're both with G, and she's a little bit more well off, and so my aunt will sometimes just like hand me money, or she'll like give me like an extravagant present, or buy me like 10 presents when all my mom could afford is 1 or 2, and my mom would get jealous. Like even sometimes I'll go, like even right now, like I'll go visit my aunt, and she lives like 50 minutes away, but I'll do the drive, and my mom will be like, she'll like she won't tell me not to go, but before I go, she'll try to coax me kind of not to go. Yeah. And it does happen where, because they'll feel like, oh, you love them more because they're more well off. It's like a pride thing. Yeah. So I could see it happening because you could see Will. Obviously, you as a parent, you should be happy for Will that he's better in a better situation. Yeah. And he's away from the gangs, and his only problem is like some obnoxious white kids who just everyone ends up hating at the end. So it's like that's like the worst of his problems, basically.
It's like he's still a top basketball player. Yeah, his grades are still really good. Even the episode when they were talking about because when old boy died, when they killed his aggressor, and they was like, oh yeah, you can just come back home. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, bro, I had already transferred mid-school year. I'm not finna, in my logic, I'm not about to be just hopping back and forth. Yeah. And then everybody was like, oh, well, you just want to stay out here? Bro, like, you see where I live. I would have been talking to my mama like, bro, like, what are we talking about right now? Why is this a fight? You said it yourself. This is a safer, better situation for me. Let's just be realistic.
And you sent me here without my consent.
Like, I asked not to go.
Yeah. Like, now you mad because I liked it.
They gonna stop acting like him shooting in the air is like the O.J. Simpson shit.
Lisa pissed me off.
They need to stop.
Yeah,
so it's true, girl. I shot in the
air. I had a gun I shouldn't have had and recklessly fired it. It happens all the time.
And it's like, why are you mad at me? You know, if you understand, because her dad's the LAPD main guy. And it's like, you know, if this were to get out, it would ruin my uncle. And if my uncle didn't have this job and he had a different job, then I probably would have told everybody. But because of the job he's trying to get, we have to be, like everyone said, like Ashley would always say, the perfect family. We have to be the perfect family.
People expecting him to sit there and just be the model. Like, bro, I am 16 years old.
Yeah.
I just had a traumatic experience. I got plucked out of my home to a whole new environment, whole new culture way of thinking. And you just expect me to just open everything. Just let you know everything about me within the first 30 seconds of meeting you? Like, no, bro.
But that was the thing, is they was putting him in some terrible situations.
By episode 2.
It was just like, man, what do you mean? Like, oh yeah, Will, you have all the possibilities. Ain't nobody gonna put that type of stress. But don't open up that envelope, because it'll destroy this whole family and burn everything to the ground.
Like, why would
you trust that to a 15-year-old?
Come on, bro.
Like, who's emotional as hell already. You know what I'm saying? Like, you treating this gun thing like he just went on a damn run murdering people. Yeah. Like, bro, he shot in the air. Like, I could get the dangerous part, like, oh, his family's at risk. But you was just, oh, you can't do this. Then you tell your girlfriend, and then it's like, oh my God. Like, it's not even that, it's a big deal, but come on. Like, let's just be for real. Like, you was putting this boy through a lot. Now he got to deal with his cousin's drug problem because y'all obviously don't see it.
Niggas is not. I'm mad. Jeffrey is Mr. 007. You don't notice a druggie?
This nigga Phil walking in the room, Carlton, what's up, Dad?
Yeah, he kept
sweating and shit. Oh yeah, hell yeah,
I'm tired. I'm tired.
I do like that detail that they added, that Carlton would like just randomly keep doing his nose thing, like even when he wasn't on it. That is a good detail.
I mean, but he was just at the
Mom. No one.
Yeah, I love you. I'm like, damn, he's on it now.
And Will finds out within the first episode, oh yeah, my cousin got a drug problem.
Because Will was the only one that knew. Because even his
walked in.
He
walked in on him. But my thing is, nobody. You telling me in this house ain't nobody accidentally walked in on Carlton snorting some stuff up? Because I mean, I'll be like this. They definitely well off, because my parents just be walking in my room. Used to just walk in my room.
Yeah.
Like they didn't start knocking until I was 16.
It wasn't closed. It was cracked.
Yeah.
So you had until that joint creaked open.
So what you doing? So like,
it's not like Carlton was doing in his closet. He was like front and center,
music blasting. He just off the piano. I'm damn, bro.
Just sweating. Just like, he didn't work out. He just got back from practice. Like, what are we doing here, bro? And it was, but even with all of that, I would give it I get like a 7.5 out of 10. I think it was solid. Nice.
Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. 8 out of 10 maybe.
They do too much of it. Wasn't so much of the wokeness, but it was so much of the black family trauma.
Explain.
Where it was like the man had just put himself so ahead of everybody else that everybody's just crumbling away.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's always like a black thing, that you don't love your wife enough, that she's thinking about cheating on you with the art guy.
She can't be a butterfly.
Real life experiences affected the show.
Like, she'll destroy this platform that you've built for like art. And I get it, it's about women empowerment and this, that, and the other. But it's like, there's a time and a place for everything.
We talk about Michael.
It's like, bro,
he comes... No line, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
He comes here and
just spitting poetry off the tongue.
And buys one photo, and she's
in
ready
a
to
robe,
throw away all the kids.
He's walking into a guest house. I'm a guest, and I'm wearing the robe.
Talking to my wife all crazy. And she won decision. She won pain and selling away from ditching the whole family. I was like, no. Like, I get it if Michael Ealy was like the multi-billion-dollar dude. He, $15,000. You act like Phil ain't got that. Look where we live at. You finna throw the family away for 15 G's? Like,
you go tour with the niggas. They was about to ride off on a moped.
You see what I'm saying? He bought that funky ass picture. She was, oh man, you can have me. Forget Carlton Hillary. I don't get none of that. Vi, get out of here. Let's ride away and be homeless in an apartment together.
Oh man,
let's do that.
Michael Ealy came in with the slickiness.
Cause what else could he do?
just whispering the whole time.
In that show.
I had to turn up,
bro.
turn on my TV to hear this man.
And he was so smooth because he was like, well, you know, I don't want to cause any rifts between you and Phil.
I love the way that,
oh no, it's fine, it's okay.
I love the way that black paint fits on your canvas. Like, nigga, get out of here, bro. You had 15 G's. You was finna empty the bank on this one picture, bro. Get out of here.
Man. Oh man. And then one thing, the
Carlton's hair. Let's talk about it. He should have just been bald because he looked weird.
Yeah, I didn't completely get that. I was talking about more so the
Will looked like he should have had some facial hair. Like they kept shaving him per take.
He's like my age. He's like 23, 24.
But his face looked raw and shiny the whole time.
It's like they just kept
shaving it. Yeah.
Hey, Brad, you just started. Why are you already popping back out?
Mustache.
He had very good mannerisms, though.
The,
he had the same mannerisms as the OG Will. But let's talk about the most important person on the show, Hillary. I liked her arc.
I did.
Because it is very pertinent to today's OnlyFans chicks.
Absolutely.
Or not even OnlyFans per se, but I mean YouTubers where one, I subscribe to you, you're wearing all your clothes, and then I stop watching your thing, and I come back like 2 months later, and now you're half naked, and I'm like, oh, where did this come from?
Like, well, this is not it. And then even her like losing herself and finding herself again, because when it was, oh well, you know, Victoria's Secret right around, they on the other side of the bar, they want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Jazz looking at her like,
I thought you were different.
Really? Right. And then she just kind of came to the realization herself that's not what she wanted to be.
Because her whole arc was, I'm doing things my way, my way, my way. And then here comes this rich white man, and he's offering the Victoria's Secret and the models, and she's like, well, I guess my way wasn't the greatest way.
Wasn't working.
But then, they hit us with the okie doke, because I thought she was going to ride with the Victoria's Secret for a little bit and then get out. But now she just got out. And then she
I salute
she
Jazz.
Just found 50 G's out of nowhere.
She let freaking Carucci bought her out her contract, basically.
Queen.
But
cameo that's century.
That's Carucci, yeah. When he said it didn't click at first, so he put it up on Snapchat. But yeah, that was Carucci.
They should.
She did good too. But I even salute Jazz for kind of like letting her figure it out on her own. Like, look, I don't approve of this, but I'm not your man. I ain't your daddy. Like, this ain't what I
perfect side.
Like, this ain't what you brought me down here for.
I related.
You brought me down here to back you up and pulling out of this contract and pulling out of this you folded, fine. But I'm gonna be right here until you decide to make the right decision. But he ain't like get all super judgmental. He told her what he thought, and he left it. He was like, hey, whatever you decide to do is on you.
The bag.
Because that's one thing that I don't always like with sitcoms. When somebody clearly doesn't approve of a choice somebody is making, it becomes a whole preacher sermon. Yeah. And he was like, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna give my opinion.
And he still rolled with her. He accepted her decision.
Yep. And so hey, whatever you do,
I can't change it.
So that's great.
I don't like that the random producers like, oh, I'm about to meet Dr. Dre. Can you just hand me a random vinyl that I could show him or whatever? And he's like, oh yeah, this one. Dre's never heard this one before.
Dre never heard that before, bro. Get out of here. I hate this show. I was about to turn it off right there.
But yeah, like when we were talking about something like the unnecessary cliffhangers, like the end, it was one of those like you're clearly gonna go back home. You have nowhere else to go. Like,
why would you go back to Philly?
Like you packed one book bag. Where do you plan on going with one book bag, Will? You don't even know the area that well.
You're 16 in L.A. Seen how that story turns.
Come on now, like let's be real. It was one of those like that didn't. It was like that was, and I get it for the sake of drama.
Do we care about his friend Trey?
Nah, I don't think we'll see him again.
They mentioned the Jackie, so you know they're at least stretching it to college, maybe.
Yeah. I think he can make it to college. I think I think him and Carlton will probably do similar to whatever that Peacock University was, but they'll probably
they still go to school together. You think?
Probably, yeah. Okay. Because it's one of those things where it's like,
or does Will drop out?
You can stretch it to college, like that shouldn't that. I don't see why you couldn't type of deal, but then it's like what still has the elements of Bel-Air because Ashley will probably be in high school by the time they're in college. Yeah. So it's like what stories are you trying to tell? Are do certain characters start getting less and less screen time? I still really want to know about Jeffrey. I want to know everything about this man.
Yeah,
because he's clearly
they have enough to play on.
They have a lot of stuff that they can do, but they can also, I think, fumble it really easily if they don't take advantage.
They can still do where like the LAPD dude, he's like in over his head because he just jumped into this Because, he just did it. He's like, it was the week of the election. He's like,
you know
what? I'm running. The week of the election.
Like, you a hater.
And so I could see where
he's
over his head.
Split the vote that quick, though.
That quick.
Like, come on now.
He's another
in
black
California, where, like, no one really messes with the cops.
Everybody buys their votes, and you just split the vote that quick?
Yeah.
Come on now.
But now they showed the Judge Robinson, so that's going to be the next one. Is he going to go for the judge like he did in the show?
That's true. That's true.
On Viv, like I say, she gonna cheat. Hella ridiculous.
You think so?
Of course she is. Soon as dude get 25 G's, it's over with. She gone. Bye, Phil. Good luck raising them kids.
He just has to re-up, and then Michael's gonna come with the re-up. He's like, you know what?
Mike gonna get a couple of paintings sold. He go, hey yo.
My prediction was right. If you guys listened to 3 months ago or whatever, when the Ashley thing, I was like either Carlton or Ashley. Those were my two.
I'm glad they didn't focus on it too hard.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, by the way, I might be by. Okay, cool.
And then the girl didn't even like her.
I was like,
and it's like, and then I was like, Ashley, welcome to the world of loving women.
Yeah,
they all break up.
It's just like, you're 11, bro. Don't nobody take you serious.
That's the oldest looking 11-year-old in the history. They did an interview and she looked the same age as the dude playing Will. I'm like, God dang it, y'all need to.
Because she probably be 19.
She's darn near like 16, 17 playing an 11-year-old. I'm like, y'all could have aged this way better.
Yeah, they could have just said that she was 13 or 12.
They could have figured something out.
How old was she in the original show at the beginning?
I think she started at like 10.
Oh.
Which makes sense, but it's like.
Because she was in the high school with them.
She was in high school.
They were seeing she was a freshman. Yeah.
She was a freshman, and they were
So the show probably.
It's your baby sister, man.
Cause I think it ended at 8. She was 18 because her and Hillary moved away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do. What do you guys? I'm sure they're gonna get a season 2. So what are you guys expecting to see? And since it appears that we'll be getting basically a completely original arc at this point, because I feel like they touched on everything.
Yeah, they shoved in. We got the OG Vi and the OG Viv. We're the second OG Viv.
I saw Will's mom. I didn't see the dark skin Aunt Viv.
No, it was light skin Aunt Viv.
Oh, light skin.
Yeah, she was the other art curator.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So do y'all think we're gonna get more like people from the previous one?
I mean, all that stuff would be, all the original.
You still got Jeffrey, you still got Carlton, you still got the original Hillary, you still got the original Ashley.
But it's like, who would they play? Like, these two kind of made sense because they're the women, like, CEOs type.
I think dark skin and Viv may play Phil's mother from the South.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was expecting to come in. I was expecting Phil's mother from the South to come in. Jeffrey, I don't think they'll bring OG Jeffrey in as his father because
he's 007 too.
You know what's funny though is the guy that plays Jeffrey is his son.
Like his real life son?
His real life son.
No wonder they look alike.
That's Jeffrey's son that's playing Jeffrey.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like Norm Nixon's son in the Magic Johnson show.
Yeah.
That's Norm. He's playing Norm Nixon.
Wow.
His dad.
I didn't know that.
It's the same dude, the new guy off Snowfall.
You right.
That's him.
Right. Okay. You right.
So shout out to father-son acting duos out there.
No, for sure. Because I saw them take a picture together, but I thought it was just like the OGs taking a picture.
Nah.
Like, no, it's like, this is my father.
That's my son. Oh, it's kind of like the show. He the one that grew up from the show. You remember that was stealing?
You wanted to be a butler supposedly too?
Damn.
Aspiring. Come on, Jeffrey. He was aspiring to be a butler.
Because I'm very curious.
Like, what's his face?
What?
Alfred. Remember how he had like this is the training you got to go through to be a butler?
Yeah,
that's what Jeffrey should have done.
Because I'm curious, because I know they went through the whole process of explaining that he has a son that he doesn't know of, that he doesn't really have tracks on or whatever. So like, do they explore that for Jeffrey, like trying to become a father again? Like
maybe.
My thing is he could have darn his own season. Because it seems like there's just so much that you can really turn him into.
Because he was literally, I got this cover, and the next day he's like, all right, dude got shot in the strip club. I was like, golly.
I was like,
you know what? We're going to get that police episode when Will gets his license.
Dang.
Oh, no, wait, he's already been driving, so they can't even do that no more.
The woke episode?
I was going to say where they get locked up falsely for being black.
I can see that.
They haven't had that episode
yet.
They
still probably can, but
they got called Lisa's dad, but she's not picking up the phone.
My thing is this, though. I feel like it won't hit the same because Carlton, at least by the end of the season, seems to like acknowledge like the
because he calls the dude out for being racist.
So like if he
and then all the other minorities
lesson of the it was like the color coalition all of a sudden. But if you got to go through another lesson of by the way you black, so you can get pulled over for just being black and like I'm like
it's beating the dead.
You feel me? Like it's like I can. That's one thing about black programs that like it sucks to say, but I don't want to always see y'all go woke. And I understand, and I know it sounds like a white Republican when I say that, but it's one of those like.
So I don't want to escape it sometimes.
It's like it's one of those like we see that like you don't want to keep seeing an immigrant story every single time they give a Mexican a show.
Mexican shows.
You feel me? So it's one of those like you can touch on it because it's obviously a prevalent thing, but don't every episode need to be a Koofy episode.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. The show has to get funny at some point.
I don't think it does.
Well, it's got to have some funny in there.
It had its touches.
Yeah.
It had its touches.
I didn't really too much in
it was I gave a couple nostril laughs.
Yeah. That don't count. That don't count.
No. I hated the two prankster YouTubers because I hate real life prankster YouTubers.
Bro, I think that like that
and I was like, really, you're gonna
get
get naked in front of her parents? I could see you do it in front of the kids or the other teens.
But
like
clout.
Yeah, and on Viv and Uncle Phil didn't immediately whoop them.
Whoop they behind.
They're
like,
just
bro.
like, oh, put your pants on.
Like, nah, yeah, all bets is off.
Yeah, we're letting our daughter move in with you after we've just witnessing that.
She gotta make her own decisions, is what Viv.
I guess.
I don't know. It was a good show though.
I do think it's a
give
good
solid 7.5.
Yep.
You
Is there anything else?
You like the Step Up 2 portion?
Oh, that I kept meaning to bring that up, but we were talking about something the Stomp the Yard.
Yeah.
wasn't a fan of that, and that's no insult to people who do the frats or whatever. It felt forced. Cause it was like, yeah, if you can still step, we'll back you up.
Yeah, and that's all it took.
It's
like I was gone for 10 years. I didn't help our dying friend, but you could dance, you could step.
Throw
me atomic jog and just
wipe me down on it was over with.
That whole thing, like I said, that whole thing was just, I think, a super pull at like black culture. It's like there was a million other ways you could have went about it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It was one of those like, yeah, you ain't been around forever. Now you come and ask for help. I can understand that aspect, but not know, if you can step, we'll rep you. Nigga, go somewhere.
I was waiting for Chris Brown to come slide on his I was like, man, where he at? Status. They can kind of upgrade the sizes a little bit of the clothes on that show. For like Phil, he be looking like he busting out of them suits. Like
he wants you to know he not fat.
Carlton let you know he got some ankles. He gonna let you know that he put lotion on.
Yeah. That boy, everything he just sent. Yeah, that's everything got to be
skin tight.
Like, everything.
I like they made him an athlete.
Yeah.
Cool. He's not just the nerdy.
I like they broke dude's wrist. That was good.
That was dope.
I told you they played me like a fiddle. I could not stand Carlton the first 7 episodes. I was like, bro, get this. It almost ruined the whole show for me.
And I think it's better that they did a redemption arc first season, because when you start hating somebody so long in the show, it's like, I don't care what he does. I don't care how many burning bridges that he's fixed up. It's like, no, F you, like to the end of time.
Right.
Like, this isn't Power Rangers. You don't just get to become good all of a sudden.
And I mean, it kind of makes sense that he is obviously whitewashed, all his friends are white.
So,
and he probably just wanted to fit in the whole time, so he just let him do whatever he wanted.
I guess then it becomes, and then we can close. It becomes like, what is the conflict gonna be? Because initially the conflict was him and Will trying to get along, and then the conflict was me trying to find out the truth about my father. Then it's like,
then trying to hide who I really am. But now,
so then, like, what is it now?
His dad's trash. They're relatively okay with each other.
Yeah,
and everyone knows what I did.
So then it's like, what is it? Like,
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I truly do think that they're gonna take basketball away from him. So then it's like, who are you when basketball is gone? Type of deal. But then it's like, how long can you draw that out? Yeah. Like, then, like, what becomes, and I'm sure they'll figure it out, but then it's like, what becomes the story? Do you start focusing on other characters? Because, like I said, there's so much you can build with Jeffrey. You can continue to build on the Philip and Vivian dynamic, which is why I don't think they should have ended it with such a quick resolve like that. Because I think there's a lot of room for mess right there. If you really wanted to, like, dig into that, you could do it and it wouldn't feel forced. Because Michael Ealy is clearly back there plotting.
Yeah. Of course. We knew that.
As soon as we saw him without a fresh lineup, we was like, yeah, you on dirt.
And a robe. Oh, my God. Man. Twirling his drink. I knew what time it was.
Man, get you a beer can in my house. There ain't no wine sipping in there. Get your ass beat.
It's just alpaca down here, okay? Man. You block that.
I'm like, no, big bank take little bank right now. Open your wallet. You want to sip wine in my house? Go ahead, open your wallet. I can buy you, nigga. Get out of here.
Kill someone. Go get a haircut while you're at it.
No, let him have said that on Viv would. How much you got? A Chick-fil-A special. Oh, fuck Carlton. I'm gonna go cheat.
Oh man.
But yeah, they did go through a bunch of storylines at once.
That's
they even went through his best friend storyline. Now his best friend needs him.
Yeah. Because Trey in the original didn't end off that bad.
Ended up really well, actually.
Yeah, because they went on that show.
Yes.
And then they all started crying and hugging each
No.
other.
That was Tariq.
Trey was.
Trey was
when he ended up hooking up with Don Cheadle. He hooked up with Hillary.
Yeah.
It was funny because they actually looked alike.
It did.
Yeah, that was actually kind of scary. But I do think that there's a lot of room to grow, but it's just kind of like, what is now the conflict? Like, because you're not going to continue to be a runaway teenager into season 2.
Yeah,
like,
I don't want to hear
like,
no more.
Like, we shouldn't, like, the season 2 shouldn't start with.
We're trying to find. No, Jazz already found him.
Jazz found him. So it was like, okay, this season 2, what's it going to end with him living with Jazz? Is he crashing the Jazz crib? Like,
maybe they send Carlton down to the hood?
Maybe. You know, because I don't think Jazz is in the hood.
That was a good episode.
That's the thing.
So I think, if I had to guess, I think it's going to start with him crashing the Jazz crib. And then, like, he may still pop up at school. And so Carlton is like, well, when you coming home, I don't know, this, that, and the third, whatever.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what else can you do with that? Because that's probably a 1-episode problem.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, 1.5.
Because he's going to run into his dad again.
I don't think he'll ever see his pops again. Unless his pops. Only thing I can see.
He will.
He'll have to.
He tries to make up with his mom's.
But see, the only thing I can see is that Lou gets into some type of accident. And so it's like, oh, I got to be in the hospital and because whatever type of deal.
He might. I don't know. I don't know. He might try to see his dad. He might see his dad doing well. Might see his dad doing even worse. You see what you're gonna have to do that again.
Or maybe he tries to live with his dad for a little bit, just try to figure it out.
Does he go back to Philly for a summer? Remember they did that in one of the seasons.
And he came back like radical.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Show people that he was still there. Got to save face.
Yeah.
Remember, because he was like, "Oh, they don't want me back in Philly." You remember that episode?
Yeah. So, that was the whole thing. When him and Trey got into it. Yeah. Will a fake friend and all of that type of stuff. I don't know.
I was confused. Like I know that they just try to add in some Latinos in, but how do Ashley and her friends all attend the same school, or are they just online buddies? Because
I think they're gaming buddies.
Because their friends, the chick she liked and the dude that likes her, the Mexicans, they all live in the hood.
Gamer friends.
Oh, they're just like online friends.
Remember she took an Uber and Jeffrey had to come grab her. Was like, hey, it's time to go.
Yeah. So they were just like online buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, how do y'all attend the same school?
Yeah, I think they were gamer friends that like would FaceTime or whatnot, so they would see each other, knew what each other looked like. But yeah, you're right. There was a difference of areas of upbringings.
Why the Mexicans the poor ones?
In the original Fresh Prince, were they?
No,
I don't think so.
There were no Hispanics.
No.
Oh.
There weren't.
Now I'm mad.
I can't think about no Hispanic. Maybe like
a random athlete on the team.
A gardener.
Maybe a small. Maybe.
Did they have a gardener?
That one episode.
I don't think they did.
What was that one? I just saw it. That episode?
No, because they did have a gardener, but he was black.
Not one of the aunt's husbands, wasn't he?
No, he was white. It was the white guy.
That was the white guy.
Where everybody was shook. When she was getting married. There may
have been a Mexican in the crowd when he went on Oprah.
Maybe.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
No Hispanics on there.
Tweeting right now.
All right, it's time to pick it. But we thank y'all.
Why I like this one. This is my new Fresh Prince.
Yeah. This is what I'm telling my kids. But we thank y'all for tuning in to yet another exhilarating installment of
sorry, not to.
Okay, what's up?
But shout out to Rico. You got the response from Sean Marion himself.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Will Smith, a friend of the pod. We was chopping it up the other day.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. Because as soon as I saw that jumper, I was like, bro, you ain't going to D1 with that.
Send that into the stadium every time.
Like it's slow. You're shooting from your chest. This will never work.
You finna eat that sometime. A lot,
bro. Oh man, all them basketball scenes was hilarious. They had him windmilling bouncing off of two. Like, stop it.
Dude, like 5'9".
Like, anyway, bro, he was wearing an earring and a chain in game. Come on now, this isn't football.
You got anything to promote?
I just want to let people know I have a a lot of stuff happening with music. I'm in a very happy, creative place in my life.
He's a big stepper.
Almost.
One of them.
I'm getting there. But no, I have a lot of stuff. I played a song for these guys last week. They seemed to enjoy it.
It was a jam.
But yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I'm trying to work towards this project. I'm trying to get some singles out. Hopefully by the summer, I want at least one or two of my singles out that I'm kind of working on, just to build and market for it. Baby steps is basically kind of how I'm approaching everything. Yeah. But I'm in a very happy place. I'm in a very good creative space. This is probably one of the happiest spots I've been in post pandemic. So
likewise,
I'm happy where we are. I know we're gonna try to figure out how we're gonna do it while you in the motherland. Yeah. We might be doing some Zoom podcasts, so be on the lookout for that.
Patreon only, nah.
DM.
So we may be on there for that. I'm gonna do my research and figure out how to make it work for everybody the best way possible. But per usual, anything you guys got going on?
No.
All right. We thank y'all for tuning in to yet another exhilarating installment of the Friendly Fire Podcast and Entertainment episode. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, you can email us at friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Once again, friendlyfire2021@gmail.com. Artists, if you got artwork, you got music. If it's artwork and we like it, we'll buy it and put it on the wall. If it's music, it's going at the end of our podcast. Simple as that. You can add us, DM us at friendly_fire on IG and Friendly Fire on TikTok. Once again, friendly_fire on IG and Friendly Fire on TikTok. We'll be having snippets of stuff we got up, questions of the days, all of that. On behalf of my boys.
Oh, last thing. Let's go Bulls.
Oh, let's go Bulls. Best of luck.
We don't even want to talk
about
thoughts and prayers.
Let's try today.
Let's do our best.
Let's go. Lottery pick, here we come.
We got the 18th pick. We got the 18th pick. But on behalf of my boys, I am Rico, G-Baby, Zoo, Friendly Fire.